Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to International Pro Wrestling. Wrestling the way it should be. I'm your host, Buddy Lee. Last week, we ran out of time with a tag team match in progress. Now let's go to the ring for the exciting conclusion of that match. Doc Savage and Wild Bill Lance against the Mighty Nation, Red Eagle and Spending Man.
The Red Eagle on the mat, Doc Savage on top.
Red Eagle looks like he's reaching for a tag.
He's in the wrong corner, though.
Referee watching that shoulder.
Doc Savage has got that arm tied up. Now Red Eagle trying to fight to his feet.
Doc Savage trying to fight to keep him down, and did.
You hear the fans picking up the chant, Eagle, Eagle.
Red Eagle can actually reach the ropes now if he wants to.
Doc Savage taking Red Eagle back to the mat with a little pull in the hair.
Hey, Wild Bill Ash, Wild Bill coming in with kicks to the face and the head of Red Eagle.
Red Eagle's in trouble now. Bill Ash with that reverse chin lock.
Bill Ash using the ropes just like he has the footwork around the neck and head of Red Eagle.
You can tell by Red Eagle's face that he's in tremendous pain.
Referee warning Doc Savage to get back in front.
Bill Ash on top of Red Eagle. Now Bill Ash with the float over. He's working on the throat area of Red Eagle.
And Bill Ash in the cover.
Red Eagle was able to get the shoulder up.
Kick out by Red Eagle and Bill Ash right back to it.
Got that front face lock and got him on the mat.
Red Eagle keeps reaching, Shane.
I don't know really if he's reaching for the tag or just reaching out for something to get a hold of, try to break this hold.
Bill Ash putting tremendous pressure on the neck of Red Eagle.
Those front face locks are very painful.
Hard to get out of.
Now the tag to Doc Savage. Savage in with a blow to the shoulder.
Taking advantage of Bill Ash holding on to Red Eagle.
Red Eagle back with a tomahawk chop.
Hard to the head of Doc Savage. But
Red Eagle went for the tag and Savage able to break it up. And Red Eagle again was able to kick out. Savage right back on his mat. He doesn't want Red Eagle to get that tag.
Doc Savage with the advantage at the moment.
Referee counting. Red Eagle again able to come out.
That was close.
Both men to their feet. Savage with the tag to Wild Bill Ash.
Look at the face of Red Eagle. And now, Bill Ash coming in with the great flying mare and right to the head and neck of Red Eagle.
Got back in that reverse skin lock. Bill Ash is putting a lot of pressure on that too. You can tell by the position he's in.
I think Red Eagle's a little maybe incoherent. He could get to the ropes right now. He just wants
Danny Bear trying to come in. The referee pulling down. In comes Savage with the feet.
feels like maybe Wild Bill was on the hair a little bit before Savage came in. Just steered a little bit.
Now Savage working on Red Eagle with those right hands.
Red Eagle all the way through the match, taking blocks, hits, kicks, punches.
Now he just got the neck over the rope, putting pressure. Savage back with a punch.
Stop! Savage! We're going to take a break from the action, and we'll be back. Folks, here's Jumpin Jeff Farmer.
How you doing, Buddy Lee?
Pretty good.
Now, I'm sure you've heard the old saying, somebody's a crybaby. Well, I've been beaten many a time in the middle of the ring, but I've never cried about it, and I never will. Motley Cruz, first time we met, you took me out of my game plan, you beat me 1, 2, 3 right there in the middle of the ring. Second time we met, I made the adjustments. I beat you 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I didn't cry about it, and I don't see why you should either. You made some threats against me, saying that you were going to put me down, whether it be on the street or in the middle of the squared circle. Well, if you want to meet me in the middle of the squared circle, that's fine. Because I'll accept any challenges thrown out to me. It doesn't matter to whom or from whom. But I'll take it. I just hope I don't have to look over my shoulder for you. Because I'd hate for anybody to get hurt.
Now let's go to the ring.
Those choice words were meant for Motley Cruz. Now we're back with the tag team action. And Red Eagle with the tag. In comes Standing Bear to the midsection and then a fist to the back of the shoulders. He sends Bill Ass to the canvas. Now he whips Doc Savage off the ropes. And Buddy Lee, welcome back.
What action do we have in this match? Swing shot off the rope. Boom! Straight elbow to Doc Savage. Standing Bear.
Standing Bear has Doc Savage in trouble.
Doc Savage is Standing Bear locked up.
Savage powered him back to his corner. Made the tag with Wild Bill Ash.
I think Wild Bill and Doc Savage get along pretty good.
They're making up a great tag team.
Oh, what a kick! Wild Bill really firing on Standing Bear.
Standing Bear's on the wrong side of town.
Little conversation between the tag team of Wild Bill and Doc Savage.
And then a boot to the forehead.
Wild Bill trying to see too much work for the audience to look like.
Bill Ash has things going his way. And in comes Doc Savage.
Not before Wild Bill is supposed to hit Doc Savage.
And he got the tag, buddy. Here comes Red Eagle. And he's fired up. He is the fresh man.
Red Eagle, what is Doc Savage in his pocket? Both of them over there.
The fans are loving it.
Red Eagle's got through.
There's chops and drops again. Here goes Robert. He's off the top rope. That's a disqualification because Doc Savage was holding Red Eagle when Bill Ash came crashing down from that top rope.
Standing Bear in the ring. Takes care of a little action.
Standing Bear in the protection.
Ruling by disqualification. Standing Bear and Red Eagle, Mighty Nation. What an exciting tag team match.
They are standing tall in the ring.
The winners, Red Eagle, Standing Bear. Ladies and gentlemen, a newcomer to the IPW, the New York Nightmare.
You know, Buddy Lee, I came all the way from Buffalo, New York to join the IPW for one reason and one reason only. And it sure wasn't to pick daisies. I came down here to hurt, to maim, to hospitalize as many guys as I can. So all you guys better think twice before you get in the ring with me, because I'm your worst nightmare.
We'll be back after this.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kerry Knowlton, and I'd like to tell you about the most remarkable product I've ever encountered in my years of practice. The product is the Unfair Advantage. Unfair Advantage is not a vitamin mineral supplement. It is a scientifically designed blend of ingredients to help you work harder, play harder, and rest better. This will increase your energy and endurance with no caffeine letdown. The product contains absolutely no caffeine, guarana, or artificial stimulants. Unfair Advantage wants to give you one thing, the Unfair Advantage of enjoying life. Here are just a few of the ingredients in Unfair Advantage. Bencoside increases strength, accelerates metabolism, increases mental concentration and alertness. TP treats symptoms of fatigue, improves muscle power and energy levels. Sulbutamine works quickly to improve alertness, memory, and increases resistance to fatigue. L-glutamine has been shown to dramatically reduce muscle wasting. Phosphatidylserine, it may be the most important nutrient to protect your brain from the damaging effects of aging. Aurelia root increases general capacity for work, an effective tonic for the entire body.
Take the Unfair Advantage at Enjoying Life. Order Unfair Advantage now. Have your credit card ready. Call 918-254-0031 or send $19.95 plus $5 for shipping to Knowlton Biologics, 8136 South Memorial, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Bill Ash, you did something very brutal to Randy Bryant.
I've been called brutal. I've been called vicious. I've been called intimidating. But I don't care what you call me, because I know what I am, and I know what I do. And what I do is take apart very efficiently and very thoroughly any opponent that steps in the ring with me. Keep on crying, Randy Bryant. Get practiced on crying. Because when I get through with you this time, you're going to go through crying. You're going to go through hysteria. You're going to go all the way to the final count. Because I'm going to put you down the hard way. I'm going to put you down for good. And you will not get up again when I get through this time. Smile. It might be your last time.
Now let's go to the ring. I'm looking forward to this match. Bulldozer and Rockin' Randy.
And Gypsy is in the ring right beside Bulldozer.
Holding the trace chain.
Trace chain has come in handy for Bulldozer in the past. Rockin' Randy's impressive man. He's a big individual, buddy.
He looks confident up against this great big Bulldozer. He still looks confident.
And trust me, Bulldozer's not taking him lightly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Watkins.
You know, Buddy Lee, I've never been so happy in my life. This is my first time to wrestle in my own home state. And IPW is where the action is. This is where all the talkative come here today. And that's why I'm here. And I'm here to stay and not to play. And Buddy Lee, there's an old saying goes, to be the best, you gotta beat the best. That's my intentions all the way. So all my challenges, all my opponents are one thing. Because I'm a small guy, doesn't mean anything. Because Dynamite comes with a small package. And my fuse is about that short. And I got the fire.
We'll be right back.
Welcome again to A Visit with the Doc, International Professional Wrestling at its finest. First of all, let's talk about the fact this excellent match that you just saw. Bill Ash and I, we beat, no, beat isn't a good word, whipped. No, whipped is too mild. We annihilated the Indians. First of all, did you see that? They spent the whole thing begging, whimpering, crying. They kept running to the ropes. We had to pull them back in. They kept trying to climb out of the ropes. We had to pull them back in. We met stupidity with wrestling. Now, not only did we beat them, I don't think they're even going to have the guts. Excuse me, I meant courage, because we all know Bear and Eagle have a lot of guts, if you know what I mean. They're probably not even going to get back into the professional wrestling ring. And we know for certain they're never going to get back in the ring with Bill Ash and I. As a matter of fact, Bill Ash and I, after we showered and changed back into our tuxedos and the limo was coming to pick us up, we said, wait a minute. We want to go and congratulate the losers because Bill and I are great sports. We went back to the dressing room. They'd gone. They left the wrestling gear, the wrestling boots. They said they just stripped off their clothes, threw on their rags, and they were hitchhiking, okay? We went out there. We didn't see them. They must have already got a ride somewhere. So all we know, they're on the interstate somewhere in a truck listening to country western music, okay? But I don't think they'll ever be back to international professional wrestling. If they do, they'll steer clear of Bill, Ash, and myself. Now, maybe you might see them in an opening match. You might see them at the arenas. They'll probably be at the arenas. If you want to go see them, go to the arenas. They're really good at setting up chairs and taking them down. But as far as any in-ring skills, they don't have it. Now, on the other hand, we have a man who's an excellent scientific wrestler, a man of high spiritual values, the New York Nightmare, a man who has been endorsed by Freddy Krueger. When you see the New York Nightmare get into the ring, you see clean scientific wrestling. You see how subtly he applies his makeup for the utmost effect. A lot of you women out there, I've seen your makeup. You ought to take a tip from New York Nightmare. A lot of you women sitting around the ring, you look to me like you put your makeup on with a trowel, okay? And honey, it still didn't work, if you know what I meant. We also have on to talk about today Randy Bryant. Randy Bryant, stupidity in a human body. Randy Bryant, Bill Ash almost twisted his arm off and beat him to death with it. Bill Ash, using some sort of scientific legal maneuver, accidentally, because I know Bill was deeply emotionally wounded by this action, separated Randy Bryant's shoulder. He couldn't help it. Randy Bryant has a teeny weeny tiny shoulder joint. It had, and the doctors told me this because I saw the x-rays, and you can trust me on this, Randy Bryant's shoulder literally had no muscle holding it together. It had no ligaments, it had no tendons. Bill popped that much like you would a Lego, and he didn't mean to do it. They had to go in there and do reconstructive surgery. It took a while because they had to fly in some muscle from somewhere out in Iowa, okay? I'm not saying where they got the muscle, but the person they got the muscle from, or the species they got the muscle from, likes to wallow in the mud and eat corn, which I know isn't a lot different from any of you people out there watching the show right now, but, you know, use your brains. I'm sure you'll be able to figure out what it was. They were able to put together his shoulder back, again, as good as new. Of course, in his case, you know, it wasn't that good to begin with. So he's going to be wrestling. He shouldn't be in wrestling. He could injure himself. I know when a lot of you talked about small shoulders, you thought, Odell Buckingham, instantly. Again, I have to agree. Again, Odell Buckingham wins again. Why is Odell Buckingham winning? Well, let's look how he's won these past weeks. Number one is his opponent tripped, and Odell fell on top of him. The next week, his opponent didn't show up. The next week, Odell fooled his opponent, and Odell didn't show up. The week after that, Odell won by pulling trunks. The week after that, Odell won by pulling hair. Odell's choked his opponents. He's used brass knuckles on his opponents. He has never once won by using a clean scientific wrestling maneuver. A lot of times you got to be careful because occasionally during an Odell Buckingham encounter, a wrestling match may break out. It's highly unlikely, but these things do happen. Odell, again, please, you're an insult to bodybuilding. I was out with Odell again, and he had to go get a lifting belt. We went and got him a Ken doll lifting belt because that's how big his spine is. Odell, listen to me. Get out of professional wrestling. Get out of the gym, not like you've ever been in the gym. Get away from the sport before you get yourself hurt. One of these days, Odell, you're going to have to meet a true sportsman, a demigod, a role model, an athlete, such as myself. Yes, Odell, I've done it all. I've held all the championships. I've held international pro wrestling, brass knuckles, tag team champions, heavyweight champions. I've held skiing champions, ice skating championships, tobogganing championships, tennis, golf. We don't consider golf a sport, okay, but I know a lot of you people like to sit there and play it out there because it's a perfect sport when you got a big gut. And I've held golf championships. Every sport you can think of. I have entered academic contests and won those. Odell, you don't want to meet me. Get your little tiny body, and I shouldn't say this, but when Odell's at the beach, little tiny skinny guys, 97-pound weaklings go up to Odell and kick sand in Odell's face. And Odell's too scared to go up there. He brings his wife Orca with him to the beach sometimes. Sometimes she gets beached. She half in and half out of the water. They have to use a big tugboat to pull her back into the water. You may have seen it on National Geographic. Odell, take you, your wife, your children, we call them children loosely, get out of the sport, get out of the country. Sooner or later you're going to meet me, and I will win. Doc Savage, International Pro Wrestling.
Earlier we talked to Jumpin Jeff Farmer. Let's go now to that interview. Folks, there's Jumpin Jeff Farmer. Jeff, a while back, what a match you had with Motley.
Yep. Probably the hardest match I ever had in my life. But I don't like it when things aren't going my way. Motley Cruz, you turn the tables on me. You turn the tables in a wrong way. You got me mad now. I've stood around. I've listened to everything you had to say. I did everything necessary. But when you turn around and you backstab me one way or another, and you cheat me out of what's rightfully mine, that's when I get angry. Now I'm the one doing the challenging. I'm issuing a challenge to you, Motley Cruz. Get in the ring with me. This time, I'm going full force.
Jumpin Jeff Farmer. Now let's go to the ring. In this match, Wild Bill Ash and Odell Buckingham. With us now, our color analyst, Shane Kelly. Shane?
Hello, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, waiting for this match. It's going to be a good one.
Should be. Odell Buckingham undefeated. Wild Bill Ash unpredictable.
That's right. They're circling in the ring. And the referee keeping an eye on them already.
Wild Bill Ash talking to the referee, and now they tie up.
Lock up, and Bill Ash against the ropes.
Clean break by Odell.
Ash talking to the audience. His usual.
Ash is known for that.
Lock up. Ash with a standing side chin lock on Odell.
And Odell takes Wild Bill Ash over to the mat.
Ash landing kind of planful.
Both men back to the...
And getting in the position of the ring.
Ash is not sure if he wants to tie up with Buckingham. And here they go.
Lock. Other wrestlers. Ho-ho!
Odell Buckingham with an arm bar on Wild Bill Ash.
What an arm to have a bar with. I'll tell you, Odell putting pressure on the arm of Wild Bill Ash.
And look at the size of the arms of Odell Buckingham. Now Wild Bill Ash just driving him into the rope.
And the referee talking to the wrestlers.
Referee's calling for the break. Ash caught him on the break.
Forearm to the midsection of Odell Buckingham.
Odell's feeling that one.
Wild Bill has a wild forearm, Shane.
He's got one of the most tremendous forearms I've ever seen in the world of professional wrestling.
And he uses it very unpredictably. You never can tell.
That's true. Tie up.
And now, Wild Bill against the ropes.
Referee calling for the break. And a clean break by Odell Buckingham.
Wild Bill talking to the referee, and the referee talking to Odell. Wild Bill with a complaint. What's he talking about?
He's just talking to the fans. The go behind takedown schoolboy by Wild Bill Ash.
Whoa, and a kick out by Odell.
Both men back to their feet.
You know, Wild Bill likes to keep his opponent in the middle of the ring. That was right close to the ropes there.
I'll tell you what, he's got a handful with Odell Buckingham.
Odell watching him very close. Lock up. Headlock by Odell. Working on the head of Wild Bill, and that's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure. I'd hate to be between those arms of Odell Buckingham.
This man, Odell, the one that can press 500, bench press 500 pounds. Oh, a slingshot off the ropes. Leapfrog.
There's that forearm by Wild Bill Ash, and that just leveled him, buddy. A stomp to the side of the head. Buckingham's in trouble. Another forearm to the back of the shoulders.
Odell back up on his feet.
Now Wild Bill Ash into the arm bar.
Odell picking Wild Bill up and down back on the mat.
He just picked him up and slammed him to the mat, buddy.
We'll take a break from the action. We'll be right back. Back to action with Odell Buckingham and Wild Bill Ash.
It's been an exciting match so far, buddy.
Odell again taking the punishment of that forearm from Wild Bill.
Another forearm. Ash is working on him now. Slingshot. Oh, a reverse slingshot into the turnbuckle. And he caught him with a slam.
Cover and kick out. Odell and Wild Bill.
This could possibly be the only man in the IPW to beat Odell Buckingham.
Wild Bill just now getting up.
Odell was checking his teeth to make sure they were all there after those hard forearms.
I think that turnbuckle kind of done Wild Bill in a little bit, too.
Both men took the punishment.
Both men looking intently at each other. And lock up.
Wild Bill Ash into the side headlock.
Pressure. Now on the head of Odell. Slingshot.
There's a neck breaker by Wild Bill Ash.
Wild Bill taking Odell Buckingham to the mat with a neck breaker, and both wrestlers just barely going.
It looks like it hurt Ash just as bad as it did Buckingham.
Buckingham to his feet.
Slingshot off the rope. And a sunset flip by Odell Buckingham. Can he hold him? No. He couldn't hold him.
That was close. Odell concerned, very concerned with his perfect record on the line.
There's a headbutt to the midsection by Wild Bill Ash.
That hurt Odell.
And then a knee lift. Sends Odell into the ropes.
Slingshot. Wicked forearm.
That took care of Odell Buckingham, but let's see if he can get him to the pin. No, Buckingham kicks out.
Ash back on Buckingham quick.
Ash with a front face lock on the mat.
Buckingham now with a disadvantage.
Both men to their knees. Both men to their feet. Referee checking to make sure it's not a choke.
Wild Bill hanging on to that front headlock.
A knee lift by Wild Bill Ash with Buckingham back to his knees.
What a vicious match. And Wild Bill tossing Odell out of the ring.
That's solid concrete down there, folks.
Wild Bill going out after Odell Buckingham.
And he just dropped the hammer on the back of Odell Buckingham, and did you folks hear that smack? He really caught him.
Wild Bill back in the ring.
Ash holding up his hand in victory, but the fans disagree, and Ash caught him again with a forearm.
Wild Bill going to the audience. Bragging.
Referee's giving Odell Buckingham the count.
I don't think Wild Bill wants him back in the ring, Shane. Maybe he does. Look.
He's going to try to suplex him back in the ring. He got him up. No, Odell with a small package. And he got the pin.
The winner of the match, Odell Buckingham, still undefeated.
He maintains his perfect record in IPW action.
Odell Buckingham. Now Wild Bill.
Ash is a little upset. You can see by the look on his face he does not agree with us.
Caught him a surprise. Folks, here's Richie Rouge.
Well, Bulldozer, I'll tell you something. You know, everybody knows there's more than one way to skin a cat. And what I did was I didn't go out there, Bulldozer, and I didn't beat you with a chain, but I hurt you where it hurts worst. And that's going out and kissing your woman. And all I did was just go out and use my southern charm on her. And, you know, I think she kind of liked it a little bit, too. You know, she's never probably had anybody take her out and treat her like a lady or anything. I mean, you can look at Bulldozer and you can tell he's not much of a, not much of a ladies' man. But Bulldozer, I tell you what, like I said, I'm not going to come out and beat you with a chain, but I'll stand across the ring to you face to face, and, you know, you can come out here and scream and holler and say anything you want to say, but it just don't matter to me, one way or the other.
We'll be back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, a newcomer to the IPW, the New York Nightmare.
You know, Buddy Lee, I got to make one request to the guys in the head office here. I want you to bring your best man to me. Bring them all to me. Line them up so I can knock them down. Because I'm your worst nightmare.
In this match, Robert Sebren against Keith Watkins.
Watkins is a very impressive individual, buddy.
And Robert Sebren looks pretty confident.
There's one thing about Robert Sebren, he never gives up.
Circling in the ring, lock up.
Keith Watkins with a side headlock to take over.
Keith Watkins with pressure on the neck of Robert Sebren.
Sebren's in a predicament now that he needs to get out of it. Into the head scissors. Kick out by Keith Watkins. Back to a headlock takeover by Watkins.
folks, there's Bulldozer and Gypsy.
Richie Rouge, you cost me two things that are very dear to me, man. And that you cost me 2 matches, son. First of all, you got me counted out in a match, man, and I had the turkey beat. I had him beat right down into the mat, man. And you come out there and you put your lips on my woman, boy. You kissed my woman, man. And don't no man put his hands on something that belongs to me. And I want to tell you something, Turkey. If you think that you're man enough to have my woman like you or anything else, boy, you ain't nothing, man. You didn't like that, did you, Gypsy? What do you mean? I'll take care of you later. Now, Richie Rouge, you got a DQ, boy. I had you beat down, I had you battered, boy, and I had you pinned. And you got a DQ, man. A referee felt sorry for you. The IPW felt sorry for you, and they DQ'd me, man. Well, I want a match, boy. If you got any backbone in your body, Richie Rouge, you sign a no disqualification match. No time limit, boy. Nothing. No holds barred. Throw all the rules out the book, boy. Just like it is back in the clubhouse, man. Back where you ride your Harleys, boy. Ain't no rules, man. No rules to life except survival. So, Richie Rouge, if you got any backbone, boy, if you got any guts in your body, man, you sign it, mister, and I'll beat you. I'll tear you up, Richie Rouge. I can't talk the way I want to talk, buddy Lee, but I'll tear him up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Standing Bear and Red Eagle, Mighty Nation.
Buddy Lee, we're here for one reason. Take scalps, show no mercy. Tell them, Standing Bear.
That's right, IPW. We're here to make a name for ourselves, and this is where we start.
Now to the ring.
And here we see the man that wants to hold it Wild Bill has.
Rocking Randy Bryant. Wild Bill had a hold of him pretty good at one time.
Broke his shoulder.
Tony the Spider fighting Rocking Randy Bryant on this match.
And a lockup. Randy Brown with an arm drag.
Oh,
Drop kick.
Tony the Spider trying to get up and holding his shoulder.
He finds those ropes real quick.
Randy Bryant found his shoulder real quick for that drop kick. Lock up.
The Spider shoving Randy Brown into the ropes. And a forearm, another forearm.
Slingshot. What a clothesline.
That took Randy Brown down. Tony the Spider staying on his man with those forearms.
Now, Randy Bryant reversing the action with a kick and a drop to the elbow.
Jerking Tony Spider back to his feet. Slingshot off the rope.
Good clothesline.
He answered that clothesline, didn't he?
Rocking Randy Bryant hot.
Into the side headlock on Tony the Spider.
Pressure on the neck.
Referee asked him if he wants to give it up. Tony the Spider said no way.
We can hear Tony the Spider at the edge of the ring even. He is hurting.
And Randy Brown continues to apply pressure on him. Tony the Spider in the hair. Referee caught him.
Referee around just in time. I think Tony the Spider with the hair.
Referee caught him again.
Tony the Spider looking for any way to get out of this vicious hold.
Reversing, toss, Randy Brown takes him over.
Tony the Spider taking a lot of punishment.
Tony the Spider using the ropes to get to his feet. And just rakes the eyes of Randy Brown and back to the forearm. He's biting him, buddy.
Oh, he certainly was. And again,
Right on the bridge of the nose. You know that hurt.
Rocking Randy, firing back on Tony the Spider.
And Tony the Spider cut him off short with a fist to the side of the neck.
Tony the Spider raking Randy's face on the ropes.
This Tony the Spider can be a vicious human being.
Both wrestlers firing on each other hard.
Randy Brown with an uppercut. Slingshot off the rope. He caught him with an elbow.
The Spider on the mat.
Bryant jerking him back to his feet.
Bryant getting ready for something at the body slam.
Tony the Spider's in big trouble. Bryant with his kick to the top of the head.
Now let's go to the ring for the next match. Motley Cruz and Johnny Rogers against Mighty Nation.
Should be an exciting tag team match.
Mighty Nation.
Standing Bear will represent Mighty Nation and Johnny Rogers will represent the other team.
Lock up.